Hi, Nancy Burt-Preece here. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Here's my contact information and where you can find me. So I hope that if you don't have a demonstrator, please consider reaching out to me. I'd love to be your demonstrator. So today we are continuing with the alcohol blend techniques, and I'm going to show you how to make these two cards, which are super fun. So we're going to start with this one. I'm using that embossing folder. I like it because it has details in the back, and it is called Pretty Flowers on page 177 in your annual catalog. So what I did is I took a 3 3/4 by 5-inch piece of cardstock vellum, and I embossed it with the embossing folder. So if you come to a workshop with me, I'm going to have a couple of different things. I'll have these, and I didn't bring it up, so we'll try it without. I'm also going to have a lot of paper towels, so you can put that on there too. What I did is I colored on the debossed. There's two different sides. This one's raised. That one's not. I don't know why I chose to do that, but I did. I'm using Sweet Sorbet blend. I'm going to make all the roses, and I'm not spending oodles of time. You know I don't tend to do that. I'm going to color the debossed side. Okay. And I'm just going to get all the roses. And then I got to tell you, once you're done coloring, you'll realize you missed something. I always do. Looking for all the roses. If you get a leaf in there, it's really okay. Rose, rose, rose. I'm going to do it as quick as I can because it's kind of boring just watching me color, whatever. Okay, I think I got the roses, but maybe there's one light up in here. I'll get a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to take my dark orchid oasis. I'm going to do these little flowers in that. And it says orchid, but when you're looking at it, it doesn't have a blue color to it. It's a really pretty shade. I like orchid. So it just adds a little bit of pop to this card. And you notice this is going to be a blue because it was probably supposed to be a red, but it's going to be a big blue. Let's see. We're going to call that good. Then I'm going to take a dark parakeet party, and I'm going to come around and get some of those leaves. And like I say, I'm not being incredibly exact. I'm giving it color. And sometimes I get in a little bit of the red, and I'm okay with that. This is not an exact technique. It's kind of watercolory-ish. It just gives a nice, different look to your card background. Okay, so I've got that all finished. Instead, and I would turn this over for now, I'm going to keep on that side, but I'm going to bring in just a little bit. Remember, 91% or more. I just went to a Rite Aid today to get some more rubbing alcohol, and they had oodles of it. So, some things they don't have oodles, but this one they did. I'm not putting anything in this water painter. I'm just picking up a little bit of the alcohol and just kind of mushing it around. Mush isn't a very important word, mush, mush, mush. And I'm starting with the lightest color. Sometimes I goof up and I start with the darkest color, and I always regret that because it will make your color this a little bit dark. And remember, if you're coming to a card class, I will set up better for you, and you will have some paper towel. I'm just going to kind of go like that. And I'm going to do the blue. I am having a workshop on this technique this week. on Saturday, and we will also have heat tools there just in case it takes a little bit longer for things to dry, because we want to make sure that they're dry before we try to adhere them to cardstock and actually make the cards. We're going to try to dry them naturally for a little bit, and some of these dry pretty quick. You notice I am not putting Wink of Stella on here. You could, but you don't have to. And so that is how you make this. So now you can either use this, or when I did this one, I turned it over and used the raised image. This is from the artistic set, Artistic Dies, and I forget, Artfully Artistic. This little, that saying, I just did a little bit of cuteness on the inside. And then I got this die from the Poppy Moments dies. So a very simple card. You notice I adhere it on white again, because they really pop when you put them on white. So I'll have to let this dry. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to show you the next one I'm going to do. And this one, I'll do it on this side, because now this one is going to be how I do this one, this background. I purposely wanted it to be water. This is that new shimmer paper. I think it's with the Regency Park set. I gotta find that in my mini, because it's really pretty shimmer paper. It's on page 31 in your mini. And it is this. And you kind of like, oh, that looks okay. But when you get it, it's really pretty. I used the Waves of Inspiration stamp set and the Waves dies to cut that out of that paper. I stamped this in gray granite and cut it out with the die. I stamped this in navy and just trimmed it off. And I just put that on the inside. So how did I do this one? Once again, I did not do Wink of Stella. You'll find that Wink of Stella takes the longest to dry. Just so you know, that takes the longest to dry. So I did it on my first two cards, but I'm not doing it on these. So on this, I wanted to go, and this is Dark Tahitian Tide, and I wanted to do lines. So I just kind of scribbled lines. Whenever you're using blends, be gentle on the tips. Don't like really work hard with them, because they're meant to, you know, you can really ruin the tips of your markers by doing that. So be gentle. And I'm just, there's no rhyme or reason. Now I'm going to use dark balmy blue. Notice I'm just kind of making stripes. And then the last one I'm going to do is the light Night of Navy. I decided the dark was just too dark. I think I'm going to put some more Tahitian in here, but we'll see. Okay. I think I'm going to put a little bit more Tahitian right here. That is a one that is so pretty. It really pops. Okay, so I've got those three colors. What I can do is I can, this time I think I am going to spray it with my spritzer tool, just lightly, like once, twice, 3 times, not too much. And then, because you can start seeing colors, same thing, dip this in. I'm going to start with my light balmy blue. And look what I just did. I didn't clean it off, so I've got a lovely pink in there. Well, I'm going to say it's like the sky. You know, it's really okay. Okay, so let's say, oh, I hate that. That's terrible. Which I really don't. But let's say you do. You can let it dry a little. And you can come back and scribble a little up in the top. Just enough to get you some where you can kind of drag it down. So I just gave you a great example of why it's really important to clean it off in between. So don't do that. I'm going to start with this. Isn't it? And see, I don't mind if it gets all, there's not a real, I love to make up words. So in case you don't know, if it gets all a little googly, that's okay. Like, let it be a little googly. It's like the water. That's cool. We want it to be fun. And then what I would do, and I've been telling, if you have some paper towel, pick it up, push it back down, try to get it as flat as it can. It will curl up a little bit when it dries. But when it dries, you get that super cool effect. So 2 fun cards, and I'm trying to find where the other one is, using the blends and rubbing alcohol. So if you've already seen my first 2 cards, these are the second, and I have one more coming. So I hope you have a great day. Bye.